Yes.
Joanna Briley, your comedy minute. Go ahead, my friend.
Right. So I just started comedy in 96. About a few months later, like July, this guy comes to my station and exposes himself to me, Scott.
I
And
knew that
and
was
and,
coming.
and I in class, they didn't train us for that. Okay. They didn't say, hey, there's gonna be guys taking their dick out. This is what you need to do. And so as a
Wait, did,
comedian,
did,
as a
did you start
new
clapping? It looked like you started
huh?
clapping. Did
Did
you
I
start
start clapping?
clapping?
No, I was
What?
scared. I was scared. I was really scared. But the comedian in me gets on the microphone and says, hey, you with your dick out, move a little closer so I can see you better. And and Scott, he took off running. And I'm like, yes, I won. Like I'm winning. I won. He left. I'm winning. I'm winning.
That's funny
Guess
as
who
heck.
shows up the next day, Scott? Yeah, yeah. He showed up the next day and the next day and the next day. And although I'm telling you how it happened
You
verbatim,
mean he kept showing
this,
up?
yes. And Scott, let me just say this. Let me add to it, which is how
And
I know I was destined to be a comedian because my 1996, I was also in college getting a
okay.
degree in psychology. That semester that guy showed up with his dick out was sexual deviant behavior course. I can't make this up. I'm in
Right.
class learning about sexual deviance. So after a week of this, I go to my professor. I'm like, Professor, there's a guy taking his dick out at my station. What do I do? And she was like, get an A on your paper. Scott, she gave me a list of questions to ask this pervert if he happened to show up again. And guess who showed up again?
Yeah, I was
I'm
as we
not
were
making
sitting
this
here, I was
up. This
thinking,
is actually
hey, it
what
looks like
happened.
it look I was trying to think of something. It looks like a dick only smaller.
No, no, I'm sorry. I ain't gonna front. This thing was huge, okay? I was
Okay, okay.
God,
Well,
I ain't gonna
see,
front. I
I
was
was going with your
mesmerized.
I was going with your first line where you said, "Hey, move a little closer. I can't see it."
Well, only because he was further away from me. That's why I
Oh,
said move
okay.
so I could see it. But and then when he did, okay, because he listened, I was like, that's what so that's another part of my joke that I add. I said, see, I like a man that listen. He moved a little closer the next day, and I'm like, Lord have mercy. If you
Okay.
wasn't crazy, because the thing was huge, Scott. Like I mean, I'm
I
not scared of his
I'm
dick.
good.
I'm not
I'm
like little
good.
Kim.
Joanne,
Uh,
I'm good with hearing about the man's dick. Joe King is here. Joe King,
All of
how
the
are
things.
you?
Hello, everybody. I'm doing great, Scott. I'm doing great. It's a good day. So I kind of made myself like a list of things that I wanted to accomplish. And one of the things to gift myself was I wanted to get my favorite poet, who was Maya Angelou, to sign her poetry book that my grandmother had given me. So I
Okay.
bought the book and I bought tickets to go see Maya Angelou, and I was so excited. And it was just something to look forward to, that wasn't going to be heavy on my emotions. And 2 weeks before, this is, I think, 2019,
Oh no.
2 weeks before I was supposed to go and get it signed, Maya Angelou passed away.
I knew that was coming.
So, yeah.
I'm sorry.
Maya Angelou
I just
passed away, and I had waited and was going like she was mine that was supposed to get me
I
out of that
know.
depression,
I know.
and I couldn't help but laugh in that moment. And I realized that all the other stuff that I had written on that list I needed to do now
I'm
because other people were
sorry.
obviously weren't going to wait on me, right? Like like she was holding on, waiting to give me her signature. I was like, Joe, what made you think?
That's what you gotta die for.
Like, yeah, I was like, she had
Couldn't
stuff
you make
to
it two
do.
more
Okay,
fucking
so
weeks? Couldn't you make it 2 more weeks, bitch? I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I wrote through
You're
all of
gonna
those emotions.
find
I was like, we're just
you're
12
gonna
days away.
God damn it. Your comedy minute, Jeff Greenberg. Go ahead.
Okay. Hey, Scott, you got to, there's a lot of crime going on, right?
Oh yeah.
All over the country in New York and everything like that. And it's really bad. It's really, I don't want to tell you something. I take the trains all the time when I'm in the city. You know,
Right.
it's so bad. I actually stand on the subway tracks to avoid being pushed. I don't You know, no, I don't want any surprises. I'll just hoist myself up. You know, no, it's bad news. It's bad. I take the Second Avenue subway a lot. You know, that's
Okay.
the newest trains they built a number of years ago.
All right.
So they have on the Second Avenue subway, they have the state-of-the-art electronic on the platform. The signage is all brand new. So I'm looking at it the other day, and it says Q train 7 minutes, R train 4 minutes, homeless guy with a hammer 26 seconds. You know, no,
that was actually up on the board.
oh, there you go. And then
No, it was the homeless guy.
no, there's some really bad stuff going on there. This past summer, I was in the Bronx. You know, I saw kids playing hopscotch with a chalk outline of a body. You know, that's how bad it is.
Did they light somebody on fire up there?
Oh my God!
In the subway.
Yeah, there was another one that was, roasting marshmallows. You know, with that. That's how bad it was. Forget about coming to help. You know,
they were videoing. They were with their camera. They were videoing her.
It's bad news. You know, what's the other? Then did you hear about this? This was about 2.5 years ago. On the Upper East Side, there was an 82-year-old doorman, and this woman with a machete attacked him.
Yes, I did.
Yeah. Thank God he's okay. Thank God he's okay. I was in real shock when I heard about that story. 82-year-old, because I'm saying to myself, he's 82. A simple steak knife would have done the trick. Why schlep the machete, for God's sake?
You know what?
And then they had this woman also about the same time, about 2.5 years ago. She was caught shoplifting 100 times. 100 times shoplifting, no jail, no bail. You got to admit that's pretty bad, right?
Right.
The good news is on Saturday she's having a garage sale. So too much clutter, Be there by 10 and no checks.
Hey.
No.
Okay.
Donnie Fan, your comedy minute. Go ahead, my friend.
All right. So I was performing in Thailand this past summer at my buddy Lex's comedy club called the Comedy Joint.
Okay.
Located in Khao San Road in Bangkok, which if anybody knows, like that is the road with the drugs, with the girls, with the lady boys, with everything. Khao San Road is the road to be at. And so when I get to Khao San Road for the first time, I get out of my taxi and I see this old Thai guy just yelling at every foreigner who walks by. Boom, 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 boom. You want boom, boom? Hey, buddy, you want boom, boom? And for people who don't know, boom, boom means sex. Do you want sex?
I
see all these like white guys like rejecting the guy, like, no, leave me alone. And I'm thinking, like, what am I going to say to this guy? Because like, I don't want boom, boom, I mean, I do, but like not with him, So I'm like, what am I going to say? What am I going to say? So I walk by and I'm waiting for this guy to ask me, but he doesn't say anything. I'm like, oh man, I must have been too close to the people in front of me. So I go back to the beginning of the street and I walk by again, like waiting for my moment.
Waiting for
and again, nothing. Doesn't ask me anything. So I'm offended. I walk up and down Khao San Road like 4 times, waiting for somebody to ask me if I want boom boom, but nobody does. So eventually I see these 2 girls, clearly prostitutes, the 2
right.
Top, shorts. And I see them sitting at one of these balloon bars where you inhale balloons and you get high. And I'm like, these girls, they're going to ask me, right? So I asked them if I could sit with them. And one of the girls looks pissed off. And the other girl is like, sure, whatever. Like, just have a seat. Sure, no problem. And as soon as I sit down, the girl looks at me and she goes, it's a tough night, isn't it? And that's when I realized, like, they thought I was also a prostitute, Because I just keep going up and down the street like boom, 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 boom. Where's the boom, boom? And so
that's your comedy minute, huh?
That's my comedy minute.
That's pretty good. I think there's more to the story, but we'll have to do it next time. What do you think?
Sounds good.
Queen Aaliyah, your comedy minute. Go ahead, my friend.
Comedy minutes. Now, probably, I don't know.
It can go more than a minute. It can go 5 minutes, whatever you want.
Okay. I do stories on my line of work. I do stories. So it ain't a sarcastic.
That's great. Whatever you want.
I do stories. I'm from Chicago. Big family
Right.
of 10. Got 8 brothers.
Wow.
And they all on something different. Yes.
Okay.
They all on something different. I got a brother on the corner of the police department selling drugs. Talking about somebody keep telling on him. I got a brother act like we secret lovers because his wife don't like me. Every time I call him, I'm like, bro, what's going on? He gonna hang up. Tell me, here she come. I got a brother that won't die and one that wanna die. My brother, we call him Nine Life because he been shot, stabbed, and electrocuted, still living.
Good Lord.
I got a brother been calling me 5 years straight. Keep calling me, telling me, sis, I'm gonna do it this year. He gonna commit suicide. He ain't gonna kill himself. He don't want to die.
Oh my God.
He don't want to die. Every time I call him, he do not want to die. Then I got a brother still crying about childhood, telling me, sis, I don't think dad really liked me. I'm like, look, you 45 now. You need to get at it.
Oh, Jesus God.
You do. They do. They be doing too much. Too much. But like I said, menopause started it all up, got me into comedy. Menopause did, because I had to find out what was going on. All I know, I was hot. I was angry all the time. I was laughing. I was crying. I was hot. I was cold. I was mad as hell. And I ain't know what was going on. So I had to figure it out. And that's what happened. I had to get on stage and vent because I was all the time mad.
Right.
Now I got grown kids. I only had 3 because I grew up from a big family.
Right.
So I wasn't gonna have no house full. All I know, I sat around as a kid. I used to say things ain't gonna exist in my life. Rats, roaches, and a house full of kids when I get grown. And that's what I did. I wasn't gonna do it. Not in this life. No.
Gosh.
So I got the 3 grown kids, and it seemed like every time we would fix up the house and they get gone, you move them out, they need to come back for a little while. Every time you fix up, they need to come back for a little while. So me and my husband, we moved into a senior community. Gated.
Gated.
Gated. Man, they call it, hey, mom, we at the gate, buzz us in. I'm like, we is in Florida. Me and my husband high five each other. We go on back to drinking and having a good time, because we ain't doing it this weekend. We ain't doing it with them this weekend.
Oh,
but
man.
That is it. I appreciate you so much.
You are great.